Like, comment, share, subscribe, you heard me?
Yeah, you know it. So stuck, man. Yeah. To the gang, man.
They know me in DC, they know me in VA. You know I got shot out the DMV. Zaza Genetics, New Jersey.
Yo, what up, bro?
I'm late.
Yeah, it's all good.
You was probably on time.
Yeah, I was sitting here. So it's about 8:45.
But I had it set up before I even found you. So that was good. But I was What's good, man? How was your week, man?
Good so far, man. Ready for this UFC fight tonight.
Oh, we got a UFC fight. What time is it?
The main card starts at 10. I'm watching the prelims right now in the background. We back on that.
2 weeks in a row you have big fights.
Oh yeah. Last week was
big UFC fan.
Yeah, I love that shit, man. This one's gonna be a good one too. You got Max Holloway and
Grant
Poirier fighting.
Kurt. Mr. West is in the building. John always in the building. Much love to the chat, man. I'm late. We give people a chance to get up in here, man. I see some Gritty University students in the building. Yeah. Let's get it, man. QCE The Podcast. I believe this is episode 15.
16.
16. I thought it was 16. I gotta retitle it, but I thought it
16.
was.
I think the reason we got 15 up there is we're using last week's stream. They're still open from last week.
Shout out to you from Denver, Colorado. Shabar, much love. Rastabad, what up? Observer, Goldbeard in the chat.
Goldbeard.
Thomas Wright, what up? Dro House in the building. Oh yeah, we got some Brady University students.
Hey, I was telling Bearded earlier that we got somebody that sound like C. Leezy in the chat now.
He definitely got his voice. Probably be a C. Leezy show. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Sorry for me being late. I've been so we got the launch of Brady University happening. Class starts August 18th. So if you haven't applied or enrolled, make sure you do so, man. You got a little bit of time. But yeah, man, I got some cannabis news, man. I didn't even get a chance to share with you, so I'm gonna kind of just get your thoughts on what we got.
All right, that's good. That works.
I got some pretty interesting articles. We'll even share the articles so that everybody can kind of see it. So the first one is California State Fair gives out cannabis seeds for 1 cent.
Yo, that's crazy.
Yeah, getting freebies is a California State Fair tradition, but this year there's a new type of sample sparking up interest. Adults entering the California Cannabis Experience exhibit can now get a pack of pot seeds to take home and start their own grow. We've already given away thousands of seeds, said Embark co-founder Dustin Moore. Under California law, you have to sell them for a penny to be compliant. Organizers hope many people will turn this into a budding backyard hobby, supporting as we normalize cannabis in a responsible way to encourage folks to grow at home, Moore said. What you think about that, man?
I think that's kind of dope, actually. Okay, because some people might actually try it. They wouldn't have if they didn't have the seeds. You know, they might not know where to get them. Or just like not want to go to the place where you could get them. So like going to the state fair is a pretty normal thing, being able to get access to something like that there. You don't have to worry about people seeing you doing something. You know, you got them nosy Karens all over the world.
Yeah. I think it's a good marketing strategy. I think ultimately they're looking to sell some seeds. That's why they coin it as the state fair sort of thing, because it's like a once every year thing where they're going to give it away that cheap. But like, for instance, Humboldt Family Farms, we love nothing more than to have as many people as possible popping these seeds in their backyard and getting some experience with this beautiful plant, says Scott bristling from Humboldt Family Farms. Experts say it doesn't take that much to grow your own ganja. It's a weed, literally. That's why they call it weed. So growing cannabis is about as simple as keeping a weed alive in your backyard. Sun, water, and fertilizer, and a bit of love.
What happened to space? Take a wild guess what happened to space.
Cannabis is under federal law, but in California, up to 6 plants are permitted for personal use, although some places don't allow them to be grown outdoors. The state fair already presents Golden Bear Awards for California's best cannabis, and people picking up seeds this year could be next year's winners in the category for home growers. Will have the same opportunity to grow their cannabis at home and compete alongside the best farmers in the state of California.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. Like I said, it's going to get exposure to some people that wouldn't have necessarily grew before that. So it should be cool to see how that works for California and like how many more home grows they end up having.
Yeah. Organizers expect to hand out 15,000 seeds at the fair this year, which come from Humboldt Seed Company. Yeah, that's all marketing, man. They're trying to get some more customers lined up, man.
Yeah, well, you know, they had to do something after that whole Humboldt situation.
I mean, whatever they do,
with that
they
triploid
do it.
shit, they got to do something.
They just take what we do and try to do it on this massive scale. That's it. I don't think it's much really thought behind it. I think it's always really just trying to make money. Ultimately, that's always the goal. But whatever we do here at home, they take it and do it on this huge, massive scale. Like, this is nothing but a giveaway. You know, it's a giveaway. And even then, they're still making a cent per seed. So you figure they're making money. They're going to profit.
$1,500 or so.
Yeah, they're going to profit. You know, even if it's just $1,500.
I mean, I feel like now that I know it's Humboldt doing it, that's just something they got to do to save face from earlier this year, the disaster they had with that triploid.
Well, so that's a good point too, because you could think of the need to acquire more customers, customer acquisition. Like, they need new customers now. So, you know, people who don't know, like, that's what I'm saying. The new person is always the target. The person who don't know much, the person who's lacking educated, because they can just give you whatever they want to give you and get your money. So you got to be educated. That's why education is key. That's why we always stress to bring education in the community at a high level, because it changes for the better. It makes everything better. It gives people a line of defense so they can't be taken advantage of when motherfuckers trying to get over on them and make a dollar. Not really having their best interest, but really just wanting to make a dollar. But it also gives you the ability to, you know, man, listen, them companies be out to get money, man. It just is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, that's the shout out to Grant Wynn. Yo, super chat. Appreciate you, brother.
Thank you for the super chat, bro.
It's good marketing though for them, I think, to be honest, man. And like you said, those new customers they'll reach out to, just in case they lost any over that last thing. I mean, I don't know how much money they make, what they don't make, but I'm sure that affected their sales a little bit, that whole situation.
Yeah, you got to think about how many people brand new that's going to be at a fair, right? They're going to be at a fair, and they're going to, for 1 cent, whatever, what is it, like $1 a pack, maybe? Something like that. It's probably 10 seeds.
10 cents a pack at a penny.
10 cents a pack?
Yeah.
Yeah. So 10 cents a pack.
So, I mean, so if you think about it, you said 15,000, that's about $1,500, you know, that they're going to make. That probably covers the packaging. They're not really making no bread off of it. They're just.
It's about customer acquisition.
Yeah.
It's about gaining new customers, because those people will eventually try to grow the shit, and then they'll want more. You know, they don't know much. They don't have a high standard of saying like, oh no, it got to be like in that frame of mind. You just want to be successful. Like, you just want to grow a plant. You just want to do it, and because you don't think it's possible really when those new customers, they don't know, so they just want to grow the weed. So you give them some seeds, then they do it. They're so hyped now they want to buy something. It's like, all right, cool. They don't know nothing about no triploid shit that happened. They don't care about that shit. They're like, man, we just want to buy some seeds, man, because we did it.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like when you're
Ty,
new,
what up?
man, when you're new, all them seeds you can get, you get excited about it in the beginning. If you don't know no better, you know what I mean? Like it's like, oh my God, I could buy this and that and this and that. And it's real easy to blow through a bunch of money buying genetics in the beginning, just making uninformed decisions, you know?
Yeah, based on hype, man, because you just wanna get in where you fit in, kind of thing. You don't really know, so just going off the little bit of information you got, what's on the package, the person's reputation, kinda, for the most part of it. Not even no necessarily reputation, but popularity. If this person is
well, yeah, because you could just stumble into somebody's live and end up buying seeds, you know?
Yeah, if they popular enough and you deem it as a new person, you think they popular, then you'll probably buy seeds from them. Because ultimately, in the beginning, you just want to make sure you don't get ripped off. You know, it's a real low standard. So they're like, shit, I didn't get ripped off. Cool, shit, fuck it. All I got to do is try to grow the seeds, and now anything go bad, they're gonna blame themselves. It's not really.
Yeah, that's real common in the beginner area, like for them to throw like all the blame on the new grower. Well, what our audience knows better than that.
That's a good point, Observer. Ooh, Observer said they better not offload that triploid stock. That's a good point. Yo, they might be doing that, bro. I ain't gonna lie, that's crazy. If there is, just to get, and then, you know, in exchange for customers, new customers, shit, because they don't know. They don't know no better. They take that shit and be happy with it. They don't.
Yo, shout out to SK, man, for the super chat.
Yeah. Keepers. All the way from Australia, one of the leaders of Team Zaza, man. Ray in the building. What up, Ray? Yeah, that's a good point, Observer, man. I think it would be a smart move on their decision. It would be scammy as fuck. Like, it would be sketchy as shit. Because we know. But as far as the people, the new people, they don't know. Man. They don't care about triploids or herms or none of that shit. They're like, oh, shit, I grew a weed plant. They don't know about nanners and none of that. So they'll be happy with it. They'll be happy with it. Let's get on to the next article. Genetic link. Let's pull it up real quick. Genetic link between cannabis use disorder and mental health. A large genetic study reveals that cannabis use disorder is strongly linked to increased risk of multiple psychiatric disorders, including depression, PTSD, ADHD, and schizophrenia. By analyzing global and local genetic correlations, co-localizations, Mendelian randomizations, and structural equation modeling, researchers showed that CAN-UD has distinct genetic signatures compared to casual cannabis use or cannabis use disorder. The findings suggest that bi-directional causal relationships between cannabis use disorder and many psychiatric conditions, raising concerns about mental health risks of heavy and prolonged cannabis use. These results highlight the need for caution as cannabis becomes more widely used and legalized, particularly for individuals vulnerable to mental health disorders.
See, that's going to be interesting. See how that plays out too. As there's more research into this stuff when it does become federally legalized, to see like the pros and cons versus just what us as the potheads try to talk ourselves into. You know, like we oftentimes are like, oh, it's God's gift to the earth, you know, but just because we don't have negative reactions to it doesn't mean anyone doesn't. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm telling you, as it becomes more legalized, starting to do more studies on it, and it'll only be it'll be asinine, it'll be naive, it'll be irresponsible to ignore the risk factors and just be biased and saying like, "Oh, this medicine." That's shit. That shit don't work like that.
Well, I mean, even with Western medicine, man, that stuff, yeah, it does have purpose, but there are side effects and downsides, you know. So, like, to think that there's no negatives at all would be kind of naive, in my opinion.
Man, but these risk factors seem pretty extreme. Psychiatric disorders, including depression, PTSD, ADHD, and schizophrenia. Man, that's sketchy, man.
Yeah.
That's sketchy. For long-term use. So, like, you don't know. We don't know. But as they're doing these studies, you can only go off what science tells you, man. And we need to learn more about this plant. They clearly are doing research.
Yeah, like I said, it's gonna be interesting to see how some of these studies play out over the years. I look forward to seeing it, and actually getting a good amount of research into like what's actually true and what's not,
Mm. Cannabis-induced psychosis is a real thing. Yeah, man. I've done papers on it in school. It's my last class. I did a paper. The risks. It was the argument. I did a paper on the whole argument, the risk and the reward. But interesting, man. It's kind of always see these kind of like man, cannabis be taking a lot of losses, man. And as it we start to legalize it, like we fought for it a lot. We fought like hell, and people voted for it, which made it legal, and now gave people the ability to research it. But now it's like, I don't know, starting to learn a lot of adverse effects. That's 703. I think that's just you got company, you got the fight going.
Yeah, I got the fight going in the background. My bad, guys. I've been muting when I'm not talking to try to get away for you.
All right, let's move on, man. Let's move on. Next article in the news, cannabis news. Polk County man accused of stealing more than 130 racks worth of weed from a dispensary.
Hey, yo, is that Polk County, Florida?
According to the Lake Wales Police Department, I guess it sounds like Florida, Lake Wales.
Yeah, I think that is.
Kadeem Jones entered the Grow Health Facility. He worked there for a scheduled shift on July 9th and stole nearly 24 pounds of marijuana worth 132. Man, that's bad. See, that's dumb, dude, because that same weed would not have been worth that much outside that building. But because you stole it inside that building, 24, that's only 24 pounds, bro. 100 racks, though?
100 racks for that, man. That's wild. That's wild. Hey, Polk County's crazy, though. Like, them fools in Polk County. That's that Facebook page where the sheriff be posting all the busts online. Sheriff Grady. That's a wild town down there, man. When I was down there doing that hurricane work, that's where I was staying, right there in Polk County. It was nuts, man. They move different down there.
Dude, you caught my boy for 130 racks for 24 pounds. That's wild, bro. That's way overpriced. But that's because he stole it in a dispensary. If he would have stole it from the grow house somewhere, it would have been different if it wasn't the state shit, basically. He stole the state shit. Detectives with LWPD said they tried to get surveillance video, but when no action was taken after 8 days, they executed a search warrant at the Grow Health Facility located at 309 South Acute Road. After reviewing footage of the incidents, officers saw Jones gathering white tubes containing he was stealing ounces and fucking apes and shit. This dude was stealing retail shit, man. Like, well, with tubes, that's like apes and fucking ounces and half ounces and shit. This dude is doing. That was stupid.
Yeah, it's crazy that he works there, but steals
That
from
was
there,
stupid.
man.
That was
Yeah.
dumb.
Yeah, it's not a good look at all. It's wild. Like, and you know their protocols and how stringent it is over there if you work there. You know what I mean? So like, you got to be a fucking
He
idiot.
probably
to
got a
do
little
that.
bit of everything though. He got some flowers. He said they gathered white tubes containing cannabis into a plastic container and putting the container on top of a black tub also containing cannabis. According to the LWPD, surveillance footage shows Jones walking out of the building with the tub, placing it in the vehicle and driving away from the facility. Upon report, police said Jones was initially identified by Director of Compliance and Security, like the show, with the electronic logs that show where Jones scanned his badge to enter. His identity was later confirmed by his supervisor after reviewing the surveillance footage. On Thursday, July 17th, detectives went to Jones' home in Dundee, that's Florida, Dundee, and arrested him for possession of cannabis with intent to sell, grand theft greater than $100,000, and possession of drug paraphernalia. Damn. Police said they have not found the missing cannabis, and the investigation is still ongoing. Dang, man. I know you didn't get rocked like that for some ounces and some damn apes and shit, some damn tubes and medicine bottles and shit. Hell nah. This dude had a tub full of medicine bottles. Hell nah.
Yeah, man. Florida don't play either. They don't play.
This dude got cooked, bro. Grand theft, larceny, all this shit. He gonna cook for that. Damn. Unfortunate for that man. That was dumb, no. That was stupid. Oh shit. Damn, my fault. I removed you by mistake trying to remove that article.
I looked over and said your audio was removed. I'm like, wait a minute, I ain't heard nothing.
My bad. All right, let's put up the Lex. Here's what marijuana really does to the developing brain, according to a psychiatrist. Want to check this video out?
Yeah, might as well.
You can look at the video. Oh, hold on, it's probably gonna be muted. Let me make sure I'm sharing it right. Hold on. So let me see. We got to do it as a tab, right? I think we got to do it as a tab, yeah. All right, so, yeah. All right, here we go.
So Alzheimer's starts in your brain decades before you have any symptoms. So a 59-year-old woman I diagnosed with Alzheimer's disease likely had negative changes in her brain in her 20s. And so it's really never too early to think about protecting your brain and your mind. If you want to prevent Alzheimer's disease or delay it, or for that matter, just keep your brain healthy, you want to prevent or treat the 11 major risk factors that steal your mind. And we know what they are. And I created an acronym called Bright Minds. So that tells us what these 11 are. So for example, B in Bright Minds is for blood flow. Low blood flow is the number one brain imaging predictor of Alzheimer's disease. So what gives you low blood flow? Alcohol, marijuana, caffeine, nicotine, being sedentary. being overweight. And being overweight, you automatically have 10 of the 11 risk factors, because being overweight lowers blood flow, accelerates aging, increases inflammation, changes your hormones in a negative way. And so really being mindful of only loving food that loves you back.
Hey man, I'm not gonna argue with the man, dude.
Yeah. I don't know what he was. I don't know what that. I don't know if that video had to do with what we was talking about, but he had good points there.
No, well, the video was here with
Because he didn't
marijuana.
really say anything about what it did to development of the brain.
So the recreational use of marijuana has become more common in recent years. But some research has found that consuming cannabis could have negative effects on the body, especially the brain. A recent French study suggested that cannabis use raises the risk of heart attack and stroke more than cocaine, while a Canadian study found that dementia risk is connected to cannabis-related hospital visits in older individuals.
Damn, more than cocaine is crazy though.
That's wild, man.
That's crazy.
In an interview with Fox News, psychiatrist, brain imaging specialist, and founder of Amen Clinics in California confirmed that it's clear people who use marijuana have lower blood flow in their brain, according to decades of brain imaging performed at his clinics. These findings, along with associations between marijuana and heart disease, have been supported by other recent research. We've been lied to that marijuana is incautious, that marijuana is a good medicine. Amen said, and I think for some people it can be helpful, but teenagers who use it or people in their 20s have a higher incidence of anxiety, depression, suicide, and psychosis. In a new study that compared people who smoked cigarettes with those who smoked marijuana, the marijuana users sustained more lung damage, than the people who smoked cigarettes.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's just not great for us. He noted one of the horrifying trends he sees in parents who smoke pot with their teens and young adults. It just makes me think we're going the wrong way. While some people may argue that alcohol is worse for the body than marijuana, we stress that neither of them are good for you. Why would you want to consume something that makes your brain older than you are? As the brain of a young adult is not fully developed, engaging in cannabis use can set back young people mentally, causing issues like anxiety and depression. When you start using marijuana, alcohol, or other drugs, your development gets arrested. Damn. Arrested development. Damn. Sheesh. Damn. That's deep. Many people don't really appreciate how important their brain is when they're 17, 18, 21, or 23 because it really doesn't finish developing until you're 25 or 26. And if you heard it early, it might not ever catch up. Damn.
Hey, that's crazy to think, bro. I'm telling you, as this research goes on and on and on, not that it's gonna change what I'm gonna do because I'm gonna be smoking, but like
Legacy.
it might turn some people off for real.
What up, Amitabha? What up? Man, what y'all think about that? That's what I'm saying, man. Who's ready for the tough conversations and to really look at it from a non-biased point of view? Yeah, we could, sit here and play with it and be like, oh, fuck that, smoke to you, smoke weed every day. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah,
but they saying
absolutely.
They saying that shit will speed up Alzheimer's and dementia and all type of shit. I ain't trying to have that shit early on in your 50s and shit like that, 60s. You think about like when I don't know, man. I don't know, man. It's a lot of information that's starting to come out that just is flat out, if you want to be honest, a little scary, man. Some of this information is a little scary. Pfizer is funding most of these research papers. I don't try to get rid of rec use in straight medical only. I don't know what. I don't believe that. Like, it's telling you what the research is. I don't know if they getting the money from the pharmaceutical companies or, but
yeah, that's always something you got to consider too. Like, who's backing the funding or who's funding the project. It's just like the news, man. Depending on which channel you watch, is what narrative you're gonna get.
Who's funding the project for the evidence of y'all saying, yo, this shit is medicine, man, medicine, yo. Who funded
Hey,
that?
man. I don't think nobody's funding it. I think that's just community opinion.
Shit's bro knowledge. Now the real science is starting to come out. And I feel like people are not ready for it, man. People not ready to hear the truth about weed, man. I always felt like this shit was way too good to be true. I always felt like I know it's got some. I mean, I've had experiences, so I know. Shit kick you in your ass, man.
Like, yo, Curly funny as shit. He said, "I need shrooms to fix my weed brain damage."
Yeah, there you go.
Yes.
Yeah, there you go. A little bit.
It's just a little microdose, bruh.
Stoner doctor.
Yeah.
Straight
It's
stoner.
fucking great.
Prescribe you some shrooms to fix your freaking weed issue. We gotta be like a sponge when we're in the presence of you. Man, much love, Legacy. Much love, man. I hope you join Brady University, man. We got some students in here, man.
Yo. Amy told us that DMT is the way. Chill, my dog.
There you go. A little bit of frog back. Liquor frogs back. Toad, whatever you call it.
Yeah. Not DMT, though.
What y'all smoking on out there, man? I feel like I want to roll up.
Shit, I'm smoking. Right now, I think it's Jelly Donut.
Oh, you still got that lit.
Yeah. But I mean, I just been reading up on that shit. It's so cheap, man. So cheap.
Yeah,
I did step up to the Supremes this week. And
yeah, you told me. I think I might order one.
Yeah, the Supreme one. It's smoking for sure, but I don't know that there's a big enough difference between the Supreme and the Preferred to pay the price difference.
No, they both indoor.
Yeah,
some Zope Live resin. Sheesh.
Zope
Probably
resin
wall
is crazy.
banger. Night Owl. Autoflower, huh?
I wanted to grow some Night Owl stuff. I've never done it before. I mean, I know it's just like Mephisto basically before the split. But I know he took the Chem Dog side of the lineage with him when he went and started his own Night Owl or whatever. And I seen some of them Chem Dog crosses. I was thinking about messing with one.
Yeah. Rocky Boris, something with bread and some purple from the homie. What basement grows? Damn. Smoking Lola's Psychosis from Cav Snake Oil. Okay.
Yeah, I've Dabs growed some of that Lola Psychosis. He seemed pretty impressed with it. I've been hearing about that one here a decent amount throughout the community. That was in a lot of people's tents. What I seen in the community. I never bought any to try it, but it seemed like a lot of people was growing that for a little bit over the last couple months.
Yeah, I don't know who the breeder is. You know what I'm saying? I don't know who that is.
Yeah, I think the breeder is that calf snake oil. I think that's
You
the
know what I'm saying?
breeder.
I'm not familiar with him. That's what I mean to say. I'm not
Yeah,
familiar with
yeah, yeah. I've heard the name, but I'm not familiar with his work either.
QCE. Yeah, man. If you haven't joined Breeder University, we got some students in the building. Make sure you sign up, man. Greenhouse, dorm room, west or east, one of them is lit. You got some alumni in there. You got some new students in there. This class starts on August 18th. We got orientation phase 2, Monday, 22nd, this Monday. But yeah, man. Enroll in Breeder University if you haven't. Enroll once, learn for a lifetime, man. Waiting on your approval. What you mean?
He said earlier that him and his dad applied.
Then you should have received the email. Everybody got accepted except like 2 people, and you wasn't one of them. So, all you need to do at this point, because you may have missed your acceptance letter. The enrollment is live. You can just go enroll. And there's still a little small questionnaire you got to figure out, so I know who you are. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I got it right here. I could look at it right here. Let me see.
Yeah. At this point, all they got to do is go to the website, right?
Yeah,
ZazaGenetics.com. If you want, pull up the website, kind of show them.
So this is the application. This is the application. We might got some new applications up here. Yeah. But yeah, you can just go enroll now, man. Just go to the website. If you missed the first orientation, then we went over pricing and all of that stuff. It's 2 different pricing plans. It's 2 different learning tracks, course and community. You know, community is a subscription model, $30 a month, and then the course is $99 one time, and for lifetime access to all courses, all relevant courses, unless I make a course in the future that that's private or something like that. But these courses, breeding, growing, you'll have access lifetime to all courses relevant to breeding and cultivation. So, yeah, man, August 18th class starts. So make sure you enroll. Go to the website. Skip the application. You already got approved. Application is done. Application will be reset for the next. At this point, we just giving people until the first week of August to enroll before class starts. I'm only taking students a week late. If you passed a week late a module, then it's done. I'm not gonna take it because it's gonna be too much for me grading. I don't want to go back and grade people from week 1 and all that shit when this class is already in week 3. just knocks everything off track a little bit. It's not impossible, but yeah, man. So join if you are interested.
Again, that website's zazagenetics.com.
zazagenetics.com. You'll see enroll. Reedy University enroll. Click it. $99. You'll get sent to a questionnaire. It'll ask for your Instagram name, and that's to get you in the dorm room with the rest of the students. And then it's gonna ask you what you want your class, basically your school name to be, and we'll get you access to the course. I'm gonna tell you this: for $99 off top, and none of the courses accessible to none of the students. They in there, right? They in the school, so they can access the virtual library. Already is enough in that virtual library to be worth more than $100. Just the virtual library, without doing no schoolwork, no nothing. I'm talking about every top cannabis book you can think of in the virtual, all of that shit. So it's like just that alone is worth more than $99. All of the Rosenthals, all of the top guys who wrote the books, all of those books, we got them. Got all of those books. And that's just for free. That's just for you. That's lifetime access. You can download them, visit all the websites. You got a ton of resources. And that's just with none of the classes being accessible. You'll see new students already got hour, 2 hours, just activity, just going through the virtual library. Open pollination, seed increase as well. Acapulco Gold times Panama Red. That sounds interesting, man. Sounds like some fire. Yeah, Kurt. Yeah, take advantage, man. Get some of them resources because, like I said, it's probably $1,000 worth. I don't know about that, but it's more than $100. It's more than $100. Probably like $300 worth of digital content in there, maybe more. I don't know, but it's more than $100. So that alone, and then you should be able to get your money's worth off the rip. Yeah, but then you got your classes and shit too. Let's see what else we got in the cannabis news, man. What's up with the community? We used to have some people that was really locked in the community. I want to know what's up with some community news. What's going on in the community? I never know. I'm always paying attention to what I got going on.
Hey, you know what's going on in the community? Breeder University. That's what's going on.
That's what should be going on. That's all they should be talking about. They'll appreciate it one day. Once it get big, then they'll be like, damn, that's crazy. Let's see. What's this, man? Some more cannabis news we'll get into. U.S. House Subcommittee advances bill to prevent cannabis rescheduling under DOJ.
Oh, I see they hustling backwards again.
U.S. House makers are once again attempting to strip an executive agency of its delegated powers to reschedule or deschedule cannabis under Controlled Substances Act. The House Appropriations Subcommittee on Commerce, Justice, and Science and related agencies approved a spending bill on July 15th that prevents the Department of Justice from using funds to reclassify cannabis from its Schedule 1 listing, where it sits alongside heroin, LSD, and ecstasy. 154-page legislation, which now heads to the full committee for consideration, provides nearly $77 billion in discretionary allocations, including $37.3 billion to the Department of Justice. Of that Department of Justice allocation, $2.8 billion in direct appropriations will be provided to the Drug Enforcement Administration for salaries and expenses, according to the subcommittee summary. Damn, weed brings a lot of money. Whether you're trying to stop it, whether you're trying to, it don't matter. That shit brings a lot of, just weed is just big money talk.
Yeah, no, it definitely brings in a lot of money, either in like seizures or in other ways. You know, they're making money hand over fist, whether it's taxes or the other way. You know.
Damn, 77 billion in like you can discretionary, meaning you can use it however you want. It's use it at your discretion and allocate it to whatever you need to. Damn, 77 billion? Like, what the fuck? What is this about? Shit. It's just the amount of money made me forget. House Subcommittee advanced the bill to prevent. They want to reschedule. Damn. So 77 billion to help you in your efforts in rescheduling this shit. It's 77 billion. Whatever you need to do, get it done. Like, damn, what? Oh man, that's too much money, bro.
That's a lot of money. A lot of money, man.
Yeah, what you trying to get done, Legacy? What you filling out? I just filled it out real quick. What are you filling out? Let me see. Are you filling out applications? Yeah, you don't need to fill out an application. Don't worry about the application. You can just enroll, man. You can just go to the website and enroll because you're going to have to fill out something anyway. So don't fill out the application for Breeder University no more. I created more like a mini version of it. So with just a couple questions. So the application process is done. Yeah, you good. Now you good. Don't worry. You don't got to be apologetic. You just got to go to the website, look for enrollment. All right. Let's see what's up, man. What's up with the Discord?
Discord. The main card's about to start too.
Who?
That main card.
The fight?
Prelims is over.
All right, let's look at some of these grows, man. Shout out to you if you posted. We're looking at indoor grows right now. Entire screen. Indoor grows. This is today, 9/26, 420 scene. All right, shout out to 420 being helpful in the chat. All right, Craft Organics. Some of the girls finishing up second pick of the day, Tinted Flower. Oh, let me see what he wrote. You got third sour Hebrew OG F3 and some crosses I'm working with. Healthy looking plants, man. Beautiful plants, man. Shout out to you, Craft Organics. 5 Skin always coming through with some pretty bitches. It's a beautiful girl.
Yeah, I like the purple fade in that one too. I like that look. I don't know why. I just enjoy it when you get a nice like little color and fade.
Craft Organics.
There's some frosty fuckers right there, G.
Tiny little plant. Ray chopping it up with somebody. Shout out to you, Ray. Always holding down the chat.
I'm going to go back to when I was 17 years old. I would do it again. There is no better way to end his storied career than fighting for a prize that he's paid in full through blood, sweat, and tears.
Gotta get my bro a roll. Let's
BMF
bro. Moderator roll.
Somebody gave it a
Shout out to W's in the chat. Ray just got
upgraded to mod right here on the live. Oh yeah.
Shout out to you, Ray. You're doing a good job in the Discord, holding it down, answering questions, helping out the new folks, man. What is going on here? What am I looking at? What is this?
It looks like a little window bonsai weed plant. Growing in a little kid's sand shovel. That's what it looked like to me.
All right, like a little experiment.
Yeah, look, he got it in the window still on one of them pictures. He just growing that shit in the window. A little shovel pot.
Little experiment. Looks like he's wicking water up from probably a bottle. Probably had a bottle of water or something. With the wick sticking in it to keep the little thing moist.
I didn't even notice that till you said that.
That's how he was watering it with this wick.
Hey, that's.
I just don't understand the training concept here. I don't understand that. I guess that was okay. I see what's going on. He had to move it that way in order for it to sit still to balance out the weight.
Yeah, it's like his trellis, right?
Well, the handle of the shovel is similar to the handle of the shovel. It's like the same weight, so it made it it's like a seesaw.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah, if it would have went straight up, it probably would have fell over or something, tipped over. I don't know. That's what I'm thinking. That's the only thing that makes sense. Cool little grow though.
Yeah, it's pretty cool for sure.
Beautiful plant here. My brother 802 Green Thumbs, also a student, one of the new students at Brady University. W to the new students.
Yeah, shout out to you, my dog.
Yeah, looking.
I'm pretty sure that's C Leezy 2.0.
There you go.
That's C Leezy 2.0.
That's a nice looking bud. I want to smoke that actually.
Yeah, no, that look good. I would definitely.
I want to smoke that.
What does it say on it? What is it?
This weed that just made me want to smoke weed. So that was.
Does that got a description there?
I love that bud. Nope. Just all bud. Just like I like it. I don't give a fuck what the name is. I just want to smoke it. I don't give a fuck what the name is, what the strain is. The only time I care about what the strain is when I'm breeding. Because you care.
Yeah.
Because you care, I gotta care in the beginning. But no, when it comes to smoking it, I just want to smoke it. I don't care about the name or nothing. I just want to smoke that shit. That shit looks nice, man. I want to smoke that bud right there.
It does look good.
Yeah, roll up. We need to smoke. Let's put on some music, man. So give everybody a chance to roll up, man. Because that bud just made me want to smoke, man. I ain't gonna lie.
Oh yeah. Let me grab some weed right quick.
All right, let's see.
I'm on a hunt for the best, won't rest. Teams eyes in the lab, no flex, just reps. Breeding with ethics, not random mess. You with us, so you ain't get left like
shout out to my brother, Despicable Dabs.
For the fuck boys who thought they could test, yeah. Moment of silence. for the ones who fake flex and left the game a mess. Every seed got a story, every cross got a plan. We ain't guessing in the garden, we command the land. Pheno hunted through the mud with the nose and the eye. Not every plant makes the cut, and that's why we fly. This ain't pollen in the wind, this is legacy craft. This that late night note taking, do the math. From the roots to the fruit, we define what's next. So if they ain't about the ethics, then they getting on a hunt for the best, won't rest. Team Zaza in the lab, no flex, just reps. Breeding with ethics, not random mess. You with us or you ain't get left like the rest. Moment of silence for the fuck boys who thought they could test. They drop packs with no purpose, sell dreams to the sheep, but we swim in the deep where the cut game steep. Talking terps, structure, resistance and truth. We build lines for the future. They just chase youth. Clout don't cut clones, hype don't pop beans. Only discipline and grind grow kings and queens. So salute to the real in the room with the light, and a warning to the loud. We the storm in the night. No shortcuts, no skips, no mask. Only passion, patience, and task. So if you see Team's eyes on the tag, just know it's real gas in that bag. I'm on a hunt for the best, won't rest. Team's eyes in the lab, no flex, just reps. Breeding with ethics, not random mess. You with us or you ain't get left like the rest. Moment of silence for the fuck boys who thought they could test. Legacy ain't for everybody. Some build it, some fake it. But Team Zaza, we breed, we breed.
Kevin put me on that beat, man.
Smoke the size of genetics. I'm high. Give credit to Zaza.
Hey, this is my shit.
Genetics. Y'all niggas weak synthetic. I don't know why you try to sell it. I'm smoking the strain. It's killing my lungs, but damn, it's easing my brain. I'm losing control, my body's immune. It's all the same, except for genetics, cause they got the flame. Roll up a 3 if you think you got game. Puff it and pass it, the cipher remains. And the 360, y'all niggas ain't ready. I'm steaming the pot like I'm cooking spaghetti. Now you an option, you smoking that ready. I hit the dead ops, y'all niggas ain't ready. Breaking it down, they look like confetti. They glue in the Mac, got me feeling so heavy. A couple of rounds come from the dead skills. We some gorillas and moving it heavy.
Kevin put me on that beat, man.
I'm a mile high. Give credit to Zaza. Genetics. 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 Y'all niggas read synthetics. I don't know what you try to sell it.
Yo, I need a minute to roll my shit up.
Kevin put me on that beat, man.
I'm a mile high. Give credit to Zaza. Genetics. 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 Y'all niggas read synthetics. I don't know what you try to sell it. I'm a mile high. Give credit to Zaza. Genetics. 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 Y'all niggas read synthetics. I don't know what you try to sell it.
Almost done, chat. All right, we back. We back like cook crack. And look, this is QCE The Podcast, so we gotta do some education. We can't just get up out of here with no education. And lately, look at my lighter, dude. Lately,
Hey, I know that motherfucking torch ain't far away. I know that torch ain't far away.
I don't know where it's at. I don't know where my shit at. Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Well, it took a little fall, but it's back.
My man muted up. You can't hear his torch. That motherfucker loud as shit, though. He's trying to burn the house down. We saw that. We saw that.
See, if you want to get the good light, only the torch can do it, man. You're going to waste the lighter trying to get a good light on a blunt. You got to have a torch because you got to get a good, even light on the inside of the cherry. So take a minute. Take a lot of burning to get that right light.
Got the fucking torch, the mega torch on deck. With no safety. Turn that bitch off because it fall over, it'll burn your shit down.
Yeah, definitely. See, they smart too. They never sell both of them together. They got to buy them separate. The can and the top. The cans is only like $5.
Yeah, they be lasting you for a while, don't they?
Hell yeah, that can last a couple months. One can, and you get a three-pack for $5. Big ass cans, but the top piece, they sell separate. That's what costs. It should cost like, I don't know, 12, 15, something. But they smart because there's no safety, so they can't like if they can get in trouble if they sold it like this in the package. No safety. That shit get a recall. But because they sell it separate,
they get away with it.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
See, saw a video with a pastor saying that Zah was responsible for all the crime in Bayhead. Hey man, could be. Some people might be heavily influenced by weed, man. Make them go a little crazy or something. All right, so let's look at we're gonna get into the educational portion of the show. We're gonna end the show early too. Let's say about 11. 10:45, 11, so we can get maybe your fight will still be going on by then.
Oh yeah, it's I mean the main card's just starting. There's 6 fights.
Oh, okay, good.
Main card's just starting.
We'll end the show early, let y'all watch enjoy the UFC. But let's get into some Breeder University modules.
Little BU.
Yeah, we're gonna get into a little Breeder University. You want to see the virtual library? Well, there's nothing here. This is y'all virtual library. This is the new students virtual library. Got everything. Cannabis Grow Bible by Greg Green, Robert Clark, Marijuana Botany and Advanced Study, the Propagation and Breeding of Distinctive Cannabis. Cannabis Encyclopedia by Jorge Cervantes, the Marijuana Growers Guide by Mel Frank and Ed Rosenthal. Just Jorge Cervantes Deficiencies Chart, Pulse Grow VPD Calculator, Utah State University Nutrient Deficiency Guide. We got tons of shit up in here. Tons of stuff. That's your virtual library, though.
Hey, let's see what them nutrient deficiency joints look like, man.
All right, so
Let's put
since
it
you
up.
said that, we're actually gonna do nutrient and feeding module. We're gonna overlook that. And my current Breeding University students, take notes. You'll get to once you get to I believe that's week. Let me see. Nutrients and feeding is week 6. So if you want to take notes, this is your week 6 lesson. Weekly summary. Introduction. Provide the right nutrients at the right time is critical for healthy cannabis growth. Nutrients fuel everything from leaf development to bud production. This lesson covers which nutrients cannabis needs, feeding schedules, and common issues. We talk about macronutrients versus secondary nutrients and also micronutrients. Nutrient needs by growth stage. These are the things you should know by the end of this lesson. And if you are one of them students that say, man, come on, man, I know all this shit already, then cool, you'll get an A+ in this course during this week. You'll fly through it. So let's go back to our virtual library. If I can find it. Okay, up here. And 703 said, pull up the deficiency chart. Okay, cool. This is by Jorge Cervantes. Cannabis nutrient deficiencies and excesses. So, and you could zoom them all in. Stems become weak. Foliage becomes weak. Greenness moves up. So we're talking about nitrogen excess.
Yeah, too much nitrogen on the left and not enough on the right, I believe.
Deficiency on the right. Yellowing progressing upwards. So these are really good tools. Phosphorus, potassium, calcium, which we always hear people, CalMag.
Yeah, they think you can CalMag a plant for everything. That's like everybody's first answer, it seems like, right?
Those brown spots, though, are definitely an indication. Magnesium, sulfur, boron, chlorine. Oh, that's a bad looking plant. Either way, that tells you a lot. Dechlorinate your tap water because look at the effects of chlorine, whether in excess or deficiency. So dechlorinate, but seems like your plants need a certain amount of chlorine as well. So copper, mobile and immobile nutrients, air circulation, ventilation, temperature, humidity, more like environment. Iron, moly, whatever that is, zinc. There you go. So that is Jorge Cervantes, cannabis nutrient deficiencies. Make sure you pick it up in your Breeder University virtual library. We also got a guide from Utah State University. Let's talk about it for a minute. Optimal levels of macro and micronutrients for hemp, CBD, or fiber production may be obtained from your seed company. And much of this information is still being collected in ongoing research. For example, in CBD hemp, the production of cannabinoids may increase or decrease in various parts of the plant due to nutrient availability. And the relationship between them is dependent on several factors, including existing soil, nutrient content, plant health, and growth stage, as well as other environmental and physiological signals. For optimal production and yield, conduct a soil nutrient test in spring to determine deficiencies and excess and make adjustments as needed during the summer while plants in vegetative stage collect foliar tissue from random selection of plants, as well as any symptomatic plants for nutrient testing and continue to make nutrient application adjustments. The state of Utah Analytical Lab, located in Logan, Utah, can conduct both soil and nutrient analysis, blah, blah, blah. So they're basically just giving you the introduction to how they came up with this guide at the state university in Utah. Nitrogen. And it shows both deficiency and excess. Phosphorus. Same thing, deficiency. The only difference in this one is Jorge Cervantes' guide was more like a animated photos. These are actual photos here.
Yeah, I like the actual photos here too.
Yeah, and you can also zoom in on any of the photos. You have to hit the back button to zoom out, but a good description. Boron, calcium. Oh yeah, that's calcium deficiency for sure. You said module 1 says the same?
Kurt said he don't got access to the virtual library.
Kurt, you do not have access to the virtual library. Let me make sure you are you in your right course? So you should be entering this course here, Cultivation 101, Cult 101, Foundation of Cannabis. But it'll say August 2025. That's the one you want to be in. If we look at the current class, we got some alumni students who have not entered the class yet, but Kurt, you are definitely in this class.
Yeah, and Curtis also says he doesn't have access.
Kurt. And who?
Curtis?
Maybe he used a different name up there. All right. We'll get y'all. We'll make sure all of y'all, because y'all in the class, so you should have access. Let's check, make sure your virtual library is published. Yeah. Yep. It is available for everybody. Published though. On your left side panel, you should be able to just click BU Virtual Library, and it should take you right there. It says you don't have access. Weird. Yeah, it may have to do with your login. I'm pretty sure. We'll take a look at it in Discord after the but I'm pretty sure. Or one of the alumni students can help you get right. Somebody will help you get right. If not, I'll get with y'all too after the show to make sure y'all got access. But it could be the way you logging in. I'm pretty sure it got something to do with that. Want to make sure everybody got access to the virtual. Not the virtual library, the mobile version as well. So keep that in mind. All right, let's go back to the module. Yeah, now if you're trying to go week 1, that's not the library. You're not gonna have access to no. I'm not even in the right course myself right now. You're not gonna have access to none of these modules. You see, they all locked. So if you're trying to get into a module, you see the only thing on the screen that's available is the virtual library. So that's literally the only thing you should be able to access. Everything else is locked. All these.
So if they're on the computer, they got to scroll all the way to the bottom to get to the virtual library.
Nah, because if you use your left panel here, you got a link right here at the top under announcements, under home, that goes straight to your virtual library.
Okay.
Yeah, so you want to use that left panel, but that should literally be the only thing you're able to access. So if you don't have access, it could just be some sort of login issue, but we'll figure it out. But all my other students do have access, right? I believe. I know. And if you do, just pair up with a student who does. All of y'all are in the same dorm room, so pair up with a student who does have access, and see what they did. See what they. Somebody will get you right. Log in, log back out for now. But let's check out our week. I see every time I leave the library using modules, it takes me back into the old course. See, this is the only students left in the old course, B4 Earth, King Mike, SK. If you want to conclude this course and go over to the new course, then or you more than welcome to sit in here and finish this out. That's what you want to do. But we are. That's week 6. Let's look at course materials. We'll start with the course video. Course video on nutrients. So I am going to. Can y'all hear that? Y'all should be able to hear that. Maybe not. Let me share this the right way so y'all can hear this. And we'll start with the course content video for week 6. Nutrients. All right. Window.
I ain't got no volume.
You got volume there?
Nah, I ain't got none. I don't know if they do, but I don't. Yeah, it looks like Amy Toba said no volume either. This is weird. Got it now. We're good.
We all know that plants, like people, need nutrients to not only survive, but thrive. But let's face it, not all fertilizer formulations are equal. Let's talk a little bit about NPK and the role that these elements play in plant growth. By understanding their roles, it helps you to better direct your customers to the fertilizer appropriate for their plant purchases. I love this simple diagram that explains the critical role of the big 3 and how they support total plant health. N, or nitrogen, is considered to be the most important nutrient and is responsible for primary growth. Think lush green leaves. P, or phosphorus, is linked to the plant's ability to use and store energy and is a critical component of healthy roots. And we all know that healthy roots lead to a substantial number of flower blooms. K, or potassium, helps with all-around plant health. helping plants to resist pests and disease, and it impacts overall plant quality. As a reminder, our water-soluble fertilizer is formulated specifically for our supers, Super Tunia, Super Bells, and Super Bina, to support total plant health, and most importantly, to ensure that plants bloom from spring to first frost.
Just a little basic little video. MPK.
That was a quick little one. Had a little bit of information in it still too, though.
Yeah. Yeah. And then you have another video, nutrient deficiency, a longer video, probably 15, 20 minutes. And Utah State University, out of your university library. And also got another article from Plant Production, how to identify cannabis nutrient deficiencies at an early stage. Cannabis nutrient deficiencies are something that many growers encounter. The ability to identify nutrient deficiencies early is important to be able to take corrective measures quickly. Deficiencies present themselves in different ways depending on the nutrient itself that's actually deficient. It's important to identify them correctly and ensure that your plants get the proper level of nutrients to stay healthy. It's even more important to know how to prevent them. Below, we'll discuss how to identify early signs of cannabis nutrient deficiencies during the vegetative stage. We then outline the best fertilizers to use early in your production program. So, how many of y'all actually feel like you well versed when it comes to identifying deficiencies or toxicities?
I know that's probably one of the things I'm least comfortable with. So, like, that right there, like reading a plant has been a struggle for me from day one. But I mean, I've gotten a lot better at it over the years. But like, even though like I can look at a plant and know if it needs nitrogen or if it needs phosphorus or potassium, you know, it's when you get into those other ones, the other deficiencies, that's where that thing in the library is going to come in handy for me to actually have pictures of actual plants instead of just illustrations, you know?
Yeah. You. Bang, what up, Pro? My brother Pro in the building.
Hey, he ain't even say nothing yet, but I just feel like it's appropriate. Pause, Pro, whatever. Whatever you talking about, I'm pausing it right now.
50-50 for me. Yeah, I think it's one of those topics that you can always enhance, especially when it comes to identifying early. So let's look at nitrogen deficiencies. Nitrogen deficiency is commonly observed during the vegetative phase, usually due to feeding insufficient levels. The main indicator of nitrogen deficiency is a progressive yellowing of leaves, beginning at the lower parts of the plant and gradually spreading towards the top. So, what you tend to hear a lot is people say and focus mainly on leaf tips, right? Oh, your leaf tip burning, that's nitrogen. Toxicity. In this case, deficiency, we don't really hear people identify too much or give you a descriptive idea of what a deficiency of nitrogen will look like. And in this case, they give you a pretty good description as to where progressive yellowing of the leaves beginning at lower parts and eventually spreading up. So that's lack of nitrogen. Magnesium deficiencies. So what let me ask y'all this. Why do y'all think they jumped from, because we know what we focus typically on is NPK. So why would they have jumped to magnesium from nitrogen?
I don't know. Why would they have?
Take it. Let me see y'all answers in the chat. What y'all think?
Legacy says mag and nitrogen go hand in hand.
It's simple. Because we focus clearly on early identification in the vegetative stage, right? So we're looking at deficiencies that would affect you the most early on in veg. So magnesium deficiencies primarily manifest during flowering, but they can also occur in the vegetative phase when nutrient ratios are imbalanced. The symptoms of magnesium deficiency are evident on the leaves as intervenal yellowing as opposed to overall yellowing observed in nitrogen deficiencies. Small rusty brown spots and or cloudy yellow flecks appear in the middle-aged leaves. And then same thing for calcium. Calcium is another nutrient that is commonly deficient during the flowering phase, but can start during the vegetative stage, much like magnesium. Common causes due to nutrient imbalance within the fertilizer blend or program. Symptoms begin in older leaves as spots with sharp outlines that appear at the edge of the leaf. So the focus is to identify early veg. We know if we can identify as early as possible in the vegetative stage, then we won't have no issues during flower. Or middle veg. So when we think in terms of early, our focus should be nitrogen, magnesium, and calcium. So this is what's going to kind of help us to identify any, physically identify any symptoms, because we know early on, the key word early, you'll see that's what these got in common. Early. That's the key word. That's what they all have in common. This is going to help you physically identify early on. This is how you make your observation accurately be based on the information that you got. You kind of process of elimination, right? Early. I know early on, these are the symptoms that may come about based on nitrogen, magnesium, and calcium. Early though. So just keep that in mind and take notes when we think in terms of that. And then you got a kind of physical guideline. And then you can also go back to your Utah State University joint, whoever the other guy was, and look at these different guides to kind of give you a better, and kind of match them up. See, it's all going to help you be more observant, when it comes to identifying. Some deficiencies in cannabis plants are more common during the vegetative stage compared to the flowering stage. So it's important to look for the above deficiencies in your vegetative plants, including mother stock. If you believe you experience cannabis nutrient deficiency, it's best to send samples of foliar tissue demonstrating symptoms for testing. A foliar nutrient analysis will be able to confirm your suspicions and ensure that you're taking the right corrective action. So that's if you want to be on your shit. What you think about that? 703. What's your thoughts on going as far as to get testing and analysis of the tissue?
I mean, I think that if it's in your budget and you're able to do it, it's a great tool to use. But like the average home grower probably doesn't have the budget or the availability to do that. But I mean, as far as early prevention, like I think that's absolutely key. If you want to have a healthy plant going into flower, you got to be able to read it early because you only have so many weeks if you're growing outside, before it's going to flip.
So the key is we early on we identified, then the next phase is to prevent early stage nutrient deficiencies. And we do that with whatever fertilizer we want to use, man. Whatever fertilizers you want to use. And whatever brand, the more you understand.
It is important to note, though, like if you're using dry amendments, you have to really be ahead of the curve because it takes some time to break down before it's available to plant. Versus if you're using synthetics, where that's immediately available for the plant to uptake,
Yeah. So Green Thumb and Green Mountain and 703 says shit. Well, I think it's gonna be different when we think in terms of hydroponics versus soil. It's a different pH. But ultimately, it's all the same nutrients that's being delivered.
Yeah, it's just with different method. You like if you're using dry amendments, like if I go use Gaia Greens, for instance, or Down to Earth, whatever dry amendments you have laying around, I put that in the pot today. That's not available till next week. You know what I mean? Whereas if I go get a bottle of synthetic nutrients, maybe some Athena or whatever you have laying around, I pour that in there. The plant can take that right then and there.
Yeah. Yeah. Kurt, it's something about the login. We did it last. It's real simple. It's like a real simple issue where if you got the computer access, you need to log out and then
I think log in on your phone through the browser, and then when you open up Canvas, it should link together. I think that's what it did for me.
Okay, there you go. So yeah, I think that's it. I think 703 got it, hit the nail on the head. You got to open Canvas. You got to open your course up from your actual browser on your phone. Whether you got Apple, you got Safari, then you open it up in Safari. If you got Android, then you open it up in Google, and then log in. And when you log in there, I think it'll bring you in automatic. It'll ask you for some code or something.
Yeah, it'll ask you if you want to sync the app when you log in on a phone.
Exactly. There you go. You got to log in. So log out from the app first. Log out from your app, and then log in on your web browser. Then log in on the app.
Yeah.
That's exactly right. I did now. I can't log in on the app. Well, did you log in on the browser?
He said he'll try again.
Yeah, this is what we since y'all already in the dorm room with the rest of the students, we'll get to y'all early. Make sure y'all got it. But yeah, this is exactly what we're gonna go through on Monday to make sure but we'll get you taken care of because you were in the rest of the class. So we'll get you taken care of.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. And nutrients, when we think in terms of preventing deficiencies at the proper, just knowing your stuff though.
Yeah. Yeah, I know we had a problem with that with a couple of different people in the beginning, but ooh.
Welcome back, boys and girls. In this video, we're going to cover the vegetative state of your outdoor plant, basic pH, your feeding cycle, and how rain can affect that feeding cycle. We'll also cover the importance of keeping your plant dry, pinching, pruning, and low stress training. We'll also cover signs of malnourishment and, of course, pests. Now, the vegetative stage is when your plant grows in size and structure only. There's no buds that form in this stage of your plant's life. So if you're growing an autoflower, you're looking at 3 to 4 weeks max of vegetative growth. So you really want to maximize the vegetative stage in that time. So lots of sun, and you don't want to shock it, and you don't want to stunt its growth. It's key. The bigger the plant is, the bigger the buds, the better the harvest. Now, if you're growing a regular photoperiod plant, you're looking up to 2 months of vegetative state. Okay, guys, let's cover pinching, pruning, and low stress training. So pinching is when you pinch the top of
So how many of y'all top y'all plants? How many of you top? How many of you low stress train? And how many people actually let their plants just go naturally?
I normally top in my normal routine. I'll top, but it depends. If I'm doing like a speed run where I'm just trying to look at the population, I let them grow naturally. You know, if I'm growing for bud, I'm trying to maximize yield, so I'm topping and low stress training, putting the trellis net up, trying to get as many tops as possible. You know, as many bud sites. Trying to fill every hole in the trellis net. Really, it's my goal when I use a trellis. No wasted space.
Yeah.
It really just depends on the goal of the grow. If I'm breeding, I want to see the natural structure. You know?
Yeah. Once y'all finish Cultivation 101, Gene 101, and Cultivation 102, we'll have plant training and all of that stuff. Really focus on training and some other stuff. Topping, low stress training, trellis, and natural growth. Oh yeah, it's all about experimenting, man. It's all about experimenting. I gotta fix these all of these modules like that. Not dressed up. I think so, man. I'm gonna have to go back and fix this. Make it look better, make it look good. The content is there. You see, the first course had to copy to create this course. It was either build it from scratch all over again, which was not an option, or import it, all of the modules and everything from there, copy that one, import all of the shit over here. So it just didn't import correctly all the way, but you know, this is versus how it look over here when you look at the damn module. See, this is how it's supposed to look. But of course, we got to do more work. Oh, it's lost there too. I wonder why it's like that. There you go. Oh yeah, I guess maybe we could run it. We could run it from here. Could have ran it from here. So I got some more work to do. Yeah, man. Well, it's been a good episode, man. I enjoyed this episode. We're gonna end it early, man. Let y'all go watch some UFC. How many people in the chat watch UFC, man? Somebody just joined too. Let's add a student live. Let me show you the process real quick. We're gonna add a student live. And then we're gonna get up
The
out
live
of
student ad, huh? In real time.
Somebody just joined. So it should have been. So
Thomas said that was him that just joined.
Yeah, that's Mr. Wright. So we're gonna take Mr. Wright's email. And we're gonna switch over to the course here. I hate the way I'm sharing it wrong. I wanted to keep sharing the right way. Let's share we gotta share the screen. Yeah. Hold on. All right. So we'll go to Cultivation 101. People. See this beautiful list of students. We'll add another student. Mr. Thomas, he's a new student, so they won't recognize him. So we'll add his name. Let's see what he requested his name to be. Wizzy. And there you go.
So it's on there.
You got an email right here pending. All you got to do is accept. So the next step will be to see what's his Instagram handle. Go to Instagram.
Add him to the dorm room.
Breeding University Greenhouse East Dorm Room. Number 1. Add people. I'm assuming it's this one right here. Is this the right one?
This is Thomas Ray. That's right me.
Welcome to the dorm room. Welcome to Breeding University, man. You're officially a student. Welcome. All right, there you go. Easy peasy, 1, 2, 3, man. Much love. Hope to see y'all all enroll. Hope to see you all on this list of students here. We'll see if Thomas accepted his invite. He sure did. Wizzy in the building. All right, man. Get up out of here, man. Much love to the rest of the chat. Much love to all the students. Team Zaza. See y'all Monday, man. Anything before we get up out of here, 703?
Nah, man. Thanks, as always, for joining, man. We look forward to seeing y'all again next week. Thanks for all the support with BU. And I look forward to seeing all of y'all that join in class.
Much love, gang, man. We will see y'all later.
Like, comment, share, subscribe, you heard me?
Yeah, you know it.
Turn up the leaf blower and the lawnmower. He smoke the sour. Should have been a hippie, should have been a shower. Bread with no dread, black top.
Another thing, don't forget to join the Discord.